Hey guys, what's up? Toboloco here. Welcome back to your Subscriber World Cup for the month of December, your Christmas edition. And what an edition we have today. Because for the first time ever, well, I believe for the first time ever, we have a triple Subscriber World Cup. Yes, that's right, a triple Subscriber World Cup. So if you don't see your name in the first one, you might be in the second one. If you're not in the second one, you'll be in the third one. So I'm going to have the names of the people in the first one right now. Just scroll up the screen while I just quickly explain how it's going to work. As you guys know, when we have a double Subscriber World Cup, the people who don't go through to the round of 16... the people who get eliminated go down into the second Subscriber World Cup, and then they compete alongside the other 16 people who are in the second one. So this time we've got 16 people waiting in the second one and a further 16 people waiting in the third one. Now I know what you're thinking, why don't you just put those 16 people, you know, those two groups of 16 together and make a Subscriber World Cup and just have a second one? I really wanted this to be like a tier system sort of thing. So essentially you could be playing as, I don't know, let's for example Chad, for example, in Group C, and you get eliminated in Group C, for example, right? You'll go down to the second Subscriber World Cup, and then maybe you could get eliminated again in the second one and go down to the third one and have a third chance of trying to win. I think that's a really cool idea for this one for Christmas. I think it's you know, a really neat system. I think let me know if you like it or not. So you all should know who you are in this process. You guys put your names down for the teams and stuff like that. Thank you for your submissions. Again, I'm just gonna say anybody for the end of January, anybody at all, I don't mind. Alright then, so I'm going to simulate the matches off camera really quickly and then just go through the results of the group stages like I usually do, and then we'll do the knockouts in real time. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, group stages have been simulated and here we are with our group stage results. So in Group A, again, you all know who you are, I don't need to explain anybody or whatever, but in Group A we got Macedonia and Kenya going through, Canada and Malaysia going out in Group A. So like I said, Canada and Malaysia will drop down into the second chance Subscriber World Cup, and then carrying on, if they get eliminated in number 2, then they'll go down to number 3. Do you see what I mean? I hope so. In Group B, we had Nigeria and Greece going through. It was a very tough group for all those teams. It was very close. Israel and Australia just getting eliminated by a point. Puerto Rico and Chad going through in Group C. Nepal and US Virgin Islands drop down into the second chance Subscriber World Cup. In Group D, we have Latvia and Zambia sharing the same amount of points with 7. Niger and Papua New Guinea going down to the second chance. In Group E, the group of death, well, one of the group of deaths anyway, we've got England and Spain going through. Germany and France will drop down into the second chance Subscriber World Cup. Group F, Brazil and Italy go through. Portugal just missing out by 1 point, and the Netherlands having a really bad campaign in that one. In Group G, we have Serbia and Denmark going through in that one. Turkey and Colombia dropping down into the second chance Subscriber World Cup. And then in Group H, we have Algeria and Japan going through. Iceland and Angola going home in that one while going down to the second one. And your round of 16 simulation will look like this. We have Macedonia versus Greece, Puerto Rico versus Zambia, Nigeria versus Kenya, Latvia versus Chad, England versus Italy, Serbia versus Japan, Brazil versus Spain, and Algeria versus Denmark. Alright then, so we are here at the round of 16, live simulations. We do this part effectively live sort of thing. Well, not live, but you know what I mean. The only reason I don't do it with the group stages is because the group stages, if I went through every single result in the group stage, the video would be like, I don't know, 30 minutes long, at the start, and then you've got the rest of the Subscriber World Cup. It'll probably be like an hour long, just way too long. But anyway, we're going to simulate to our next match. It's just simulated a couple of matches. We'll review them in a minute. England versus Italy. We've only got a few teams left, actually, that I feel could win the Subscriber World Cup. So if they get knocked out, then it will simulate to the end and we won't be able to watch the match in real time. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But in a way, if they do get eliminated, we'll get a new champion. So double-edged sword. Okay, England versus Italy and Serbia versus Japan. Let's simulate that one. And it was, let's have a look. It was Italy 2-1 and Serbia beating Japan 3-2 there. What a thriller that is in the round of 16 for Serbia and Japan. The other results, Nigeria beat Kenya 4-0, Latvia beat Chad 2-0, and we got Greece beating Macedonia 2-0, and Puerto Rico beating Zambia 2-1. That's huge, because Zambia are actually a pretty good team on this game. Remember 2012 Zambia, you know, winning AFCON and everything. Next simulation will be Brazil versus Spain and Algeria versus Denmark. Let's just get this one done and see. So Brazil and England have been eliminated. That means Spain have won 3-1 there. And, well, Algeria and Denmark, we don't really know yet. It never tells you if whoever won on penalties until you simulate a little bit further. Okay, so next up we have Italy versus Serbia and Greece versus Puerto Rico in the quarterfinals of your first Subscriber World Cup. Let's have a look and see who wins out of these two fixtures. Let's simulate it. And we have got Italy 3, Serbia 0, and Greece end Puerto Rico's dream run with a 2-0 victory there. Okay, and we got Spain versus Algeria and Nigeria versus Latvia. Okay, quite interesting fixtures. Let's see if Algeria can pull off a shock. No, I just saw it said 4-0. Okay, Spain 4, Algeria 0, but Nigeria 3, Latvia 0. Okay, so we got some interesting matchups for the semi-finals here in your first Subscriber World Cup. We have got Greece versus Italy, and we've got Nigeria versus Spain. Let's see who wins out of Greece versus Italy. Let's see if there's a little bit of a surprise here. Simulate that one. And it's a 2-1 to Italy. So Italy have made the final. So kind of expected, to be fair. Greece will go to the third place playoff. And then we got Nigeria versus Spain. Is there a shock in this one? I'm not sure if there will be. Oh, there is! Nigeria have won 2-1 over Spain. So your World Cup final will be Italy versus Nigeria. And we'll be able to watch it as well because of course, I am following Italy, which is good. You know, that's the great thing about 5-star teams, at least in these simulations, is that most of the time they will get to the final. I'd say 95% of the time they will. You know, I'm not saying that's who you should always pick, but yeah. So we got the third place playoff, Greece versus Spain. Is there a shock in the third place playoff? Fantastic run by Greece. Let's have a look and see. Spain have been eliminated. That means Greece have won the third place playoff. We'll review it in a minute. Let's just have a look. So we got Italy versus Nigeria in the World Cup final, which we'll watch in real time. So this is your tournament tree for the first Subscriber World Cup. Greece won on penalties 4-3 against Spain. So let's just see who came fourth. So Spain came fourth. That was only one person, Miguel Alvia Munoz. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but you have come fourth in our Subscriber World Cup. If there's anybody else representing Spain, then I do apologise if I left you out. Greece was represented by Panimo. If I said that right, I hope so. You have come third in the first Subscriber World Cup, so congratulations to you for making it this far with Greece. It was a decent run. Here we go then, first final of our trio of Subscriber World Cups. It's Italy versus Nigeria. Let's hope for a decent final here. Nigeria was a little bit of a surprise getting here. Italy not so much. But let's see if there's a shock on the cards. Or will it be just a standard Italy win? That's a good one. Or Nigeria get blocked. But hold on. Oh, what a save by Buffon. Now, Nigeria have had a couple of half chances. But that's their best chance of the game at the moment. Emenike, oh, okay, just a tame effort towards Buffon. Nigeria cross it in, and that's a header off the bar. Oh, I think that was Victor Moses that hit the bar. That was very unlucky. Oh, that was a bad mistake by the defender. What's going on there? Oh, great recovery. What was going on there with the defender? They don't usually make those errors when it's AI versus AI. Emenike! Oh, he's put it wide. He could have won it with that. What was Italy's defense doing? Oh, they fell asleep there. Nigeria have had so many shots, so wasteful in this match. Okay then, guys, so we did the whole match at full time. It was 0-0. After extra time, it was 0-0 as well. Nothing happened in extra time, so we've got penalties again. This happens quite a lot when it's AI versus AI. I think it cancels itself out. But anyway, it's a penalty shootout. Balotelli down the middle, and that's 1-0 to Italy. Enyema is the first penalty taker for Nigeria. Okay. And off the bar. Why would you let your goalkeeper take it first? I mean, I guess you get him out the way first, but that might have cost him. Pirlo. And that's 2-0 on penalties. Okay. Musa now. Ahmed Musa. Where's he going to put it? Oh, top bins. You love to see that. Okay, it's 2-1. Candreva for Italy. He stutters. And it's saved by the Nigerian goalkeeper. Making up for his penalty. It's now Emenike to bring it level. And off the post and out. Oh, Emenike. You hate to see that because he's one of my favourite strikers on this game. Osvaldo. And that's in. Okay, so it's Italy still with the advantage. If Nigeria miss this one, they will not win the World Cup. Let's see what happens. It's Onazi. Let's see if he can do it. Saved by the legs of Buffon. How heroic was that? And Italy have won the Subscriber World Cup. So your winner for the first Subscriber World Cup is Tutin. Congratulations to you. You've won it with Italy. Well done. Nigeria, commiserations to you. Really edits. Really good effort there, but sadly you've come second. I mean, that's probably a good thing as well, but you were so close to winning that final. Nigeria just couldn't do it in normal time, even though they had more shots than Italy. Okay, your second Subscriber World Cup looks like this. So the 16 eliminated teams from the first one drop down into this one and meet the 16 teams that I put in this one, because I didn't obviously have enough space in the first one, if you get what I mean. You should know what I mean, but yeah, the names are coming up on the screen, all the new names. This is your second chance Subscriber World Cup. I call it that because obviously the people who go down into it have a second chance, but for the people that are new to it, it's just Subscriber World Cup, I guess. Alright then, so you know the drill. We're going to simulate the group stage matches, and I'll see you in a bit once I've done it. Okay, so we simulated all those group stage matches, and this is what it's looking like in the second Subscriber World Cup. So, in Group A, Niger and Kazakhstan go through in Group A. Group B, Ethiopia and Papua New Guinea go through. Sri Lanka just missing out by 3 points, but will drop down into the third chance Subscriber World Cup. Belarus and Solomon Islands go through. Malaysia just missing out by goal difference, and Nepal again getting eliminated, so they'll drop down to the third chance. So this dude who picked Nepal, whoever he is or she, they went in the first one, couldn't get out the group in the first one, couldn't get out the group in the second one, so now they go down into the third one, which means that you essentially get 3 chances to try and win this thing. So yeah, I hope it's a good system, but anyway, let's move on. Netherlands go through in Group D alongside Scotland, so Australia and Morocco will drop down into the third one. In Group E, Germany and Slovenia go through. Angola and Russia will drop down into the third one. In Group F, United States and Turkey go through. Iceland and Canada going out. In Group G, Uruguay and Portugal sharing the points. Ireland missing out by a point, and Israel going down as well. And in Group H, France and Poland go through. Colombia and Egypt get eliminated into the third Subscriber World Cup. And your round of 16 is looking like this. So you've got Niger versus Papua New Guinea, Belarus versus Scotland, Ethiopia versus Kazakhstan, the Netherlands versus the Solomon Islands, Germany versus Turkey, Uruguay versus Poland, USA versus Slovenia, and France versus Portugal. Okay then, so as you know, we do the round of 16 live and so on and so forth. So it simulated those two matches, but we got a big one coming up. We've got the Netherlands versus the Solomon Islands and Ethiopia versus Kazakhstan. Can the Solomon Islands pull off the biggest shock of the year? Can they do it? Let's have a look and see. Simulate that one. It's a 3-0. Okay, that's respectable. That's respectable for the Solomon Islands. And Ethiopia beat Kazakhstan by 4-0. What happened in the other games just before it, by the way? Let's have a look. Papua New Guinea beat Niger 3-2, and Scotland beat Belarus 2-0. Okay, so we got now Germany versus Turkey and Uruguay versus Poland. Let's simulate that one and find out what happened. So we got Germany 3, Turkey 0, and Uruguay versus Poland. That was 1-0 to Uruguay. Okay, Poland eliminated. Next up, we got USA versus Slovenia. Simulate that one. And that was a 4-1 to United States. Now we've got France versus Portugal. Let's see who will win that battle. One big team will be going home, and that would be Portugal. It just said there, Portugal lost 1-0 against France. Unlucky Portugal. We move on to the quarterfinals. So we got Germany versus Uruguay and Papua New Guinea versus Scotland. Okay, let's see what happens with Germany versus Uruguay first. It was a 2-0 to Germany and a 2-2 between Papua New Guinea and Scotland. So we won't know because obviously it doesn't tell us what happened in penalties. Okay. USA versus France next, and Ethiopia versus the Netherlands. Okay, so the Netherlands have had quite a easy, quote-unquote easy ride in this World Cup so far, having minnows constantly. So we got USA versus France. Let's see what happens in that game. It was a 2-2, so again we won't know until the next round. Ethiopia versus the Netherlands. Can Ethiopia do it, please? That would be so funny. I don't think that's going to happen though, to be honest with you. I think they've been eliminated. Let's have a look. Yeah, 2-0. So we got Scotland versus Germany in your semi-finals and USA versus the Netherlands in the other semi-final. Okay, right. Let's see what happens then. So it could be, I'm thinking it might be a Germany-Netherlands final potentially in the second chance Subscriber World Cup. Let's have a look. Scotland versus Germany. Let's simulate that one. And it was a 2-1 to Scotland. Scotland have pulled off the shock and they're going to the Subscriber World Cup final. Nice one. So can the USA do the same against the Netherlands? Let's have a look and see. Oh no, it was the Netherlands that did it. So we got Germany versus the USA in the third place playoff. Not bad, to be fair, from the United States to get that far. Pretty decent. Let's simulate that one and see what happens. It was a 2-0. Germany placed third. Okay, so we got Scotland versus the Netherlands for your second final out of 3. But in fourth place in this one, USA, that was represented by 3 people: Stephen Cruz, Lena, and Brian Jimenez. So congratulations to you 3 for making top 4. Germany was the third place playoff winner, and that was UEFA Euro 2024. Evan Spertzen and Werner Appel. So congratulations to you 3 for making the third place playoff and winning it. Here we go then. Your second chance Subscriber World Cup final is between Scotland and the Netherlands. What's interesting about this is Scotland was a team that didn't actually have a second chance. They were just naturally part of the second one. And the Netherlands were a team that dropped down into the second one and they've made the final. So, you know, anything can happen. Anything can happen in these simulations and stuff. Oh, here comes Lens. Look at this. There's so much room. Can the Netherlands score? How did they not lay that off? That was the worst decision making I've ever seen by the AI. Van Persie for the Netherlands. Is there a chance? Crossed in, headed, and that's 1-0. Finally, they actually did a good decision, and Robin has scored to make it 1-0 in this final. 83rd minute, still 1-0 here to the Netherlands. Bit of a dull game, but it may finish in normal time, so, you know, that's something, I guess. And that is going to be it. The Netherlands have won your second Subscriber World Cup of this video. There's one more to go, remember? But the winner of this one was Robin Senna. So congratulations to you. You have come first. And second place for Scotland, that was B Thunderbolt. So commiserations or congratulations, I guess. I don't know how you feel, but getting here with Scotland is really impressive. Welcome to the third Subscriber World Cup for this video. It's crazy how we've done so many in this video. It's got to be a record, surely. But as you can see across the screen, the new entrants are just being displayed on the screen. So yeah, welcome. And all the people that have been eliminated, either from the first one or the second one. So there are a couple of people on here that have gone from the first one to the third one. So such as Australia, they've gone through the first, second, and now they're in the third Subscriber World Cup. And obviously there are some new participants here as well. So I hope it's enjoyed, and I hope that we get a decent winner. All the big teams, well, the bigger teams have been eliminated, so we might get a brand new winner here. Okay, like I said, we simulate the group stages off camera, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, simulation done, and it looks like this. So in Group A, for the final time, Australia have finally managed to get out of the group. 3 times of asking, and they've gone through alongside Mexico to the round of 16. In Group B, Hungary and Russia will go through in that one. Colombia and Egypt going out. Israel and Paraguay go through in Group C. Canada and Angola going home. In Group D, El Salvador and Singapore going through. Swaziland missing out by a single point. In Group E, Vietnam dominated that one, but it was the Seychelles that came through on goal difference alongside Vietnam. San Marino and Sri Lanka going home. In Group F, Republic of Ireland and South Korea go through. Honduras and Northern Ireland going home. In Group G, Tahiti dominating that one, with Lesotho going through alongside of them on goal difference. And in Group H, Iceland and Syria go through in that one. Andorra and Anguilla going home. So your round of 16 looks like this. We have Australia versus Russia, Israel versus Singapore, Hungary versus Mexico, Paraguay versus El Salvador, South Korea versus Vietnam. We have Tahiti versus Syria, Ireland versus the Seychelles, and Iceland versus Lesotho. Okay, then let's get these simulations done and find out who will be our winner of the third Subscriber World Cup. So we have Australia versus Russia. Let's simulate that one very quickly and find out. It was a 0-0, so I won't know until the next round. Okay, Israel versus Singapore next. Surely it's got to be an Israel win, surely. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3-0. Okay. Singapore just a little bit too small for Israel. Hungary versus Mexico, and El Salvador versus Paraguay is up next. Who will win this tough match? It's quite tough. Hungary versus Mexico, quite hard to call. Let's see what happens. It was 1-0 to Mexico. They just squeaked by Hungary. And El Salvador versus Paraguay will end 3-1 to Paraguay. Okay. Next up, we have Vietnam versus South Korea and Tahiti versus Syria. So let's simulate that one and find out what happens. Let's see. 1-0 to Vietnam. Wow, we have a shock. We have a shock. Vietnam have eliminated South Korea. Okay, and Syria beat Tahiti. Only 1-0. So valiant effort there, Tahiti, but getting eliminated in the round of 16. Next up, we have Ireland versus the Seychelles and Iceland versus Lesotho. So let's simulate that one. And see, it was 4-0 to Ireland, and Iceland beat Lesotho 3-1. Okay, next up, we have Australia versus Israel and Vietnam versus Syria. Okay, Let's see then what happens in this match between Australia and Israel. Simulate that one. And that was a 2-0 to Israel. And Syria beat Vietnam by 2-0 as well. Okay, we have next up Ireland versus Iceland and Mexico versus Paraguay. What will happen in those two matches? Let's simulate those two. We got Ireland beating Iceland 2-0 and Mexico versus Paraguay. It was a 2-0, I think. I'm fairly sure. No, it was a 4-1. Wow, Mexico absolutely smashing Paraguay there. Okay. Next up, we have Israel versus Syria. A match I think would cause a lot of, well, it would stir the pot. Let's just say that. Okay. Israel versus Syria. Let's find out and see who will win that one. It was Israel. So Israel are going to the Subscriber World Cup, the 3rd Subscriber World Cup final. Okay, and then next up we have Mexico versus Republic of Ireland. Let's see who goes through in this one. Simulate that one. It was a 3-1 to Mexico, so it'll be Mexico versus Israel. Very random final. And next up, we have in the 3rd place playoff, Syria versus Ireland. Let's see if Syria can cause a little bit of an upset. Very good campaign from Syria and a good one from Ireland as well. Simulate that match. It was a 2-0 to Ireland. I just saw it there. So this is your tournament tree. A lot of decent results here, but the main ones we're going to focus on is the top 4. So Ireland versus Syria. So Syria was represented by Gamer. Literally, that's just his name on YouTube, Gamer. So congratulations to you for finishing in the top 4. Republic of Ireland. That was James FNAF. James FNAF. So congratulations, you got top 3, 3rd place playoff winner. So congratulations to you. Next up then, we have a match to watch. It's Israel versus Mexico. Here we go then for the final time of this video. It's gonna be another final, this time between Israel and Mexico. I'd say that Mexico are the heavy favorites for this one, but don't underestimate Israel. They obviously got here for a reason. What a ball. Here come Israel. And oh, they went for it, but I think it was either offside or a foul. I think it was a foul and Mexico pick up a yellow, the first highlight of the game. And that might, oh, it was offside though. It was offside, okay. Oh, that was a terrible header by Israel and Dos Santos is through. And he puts it wide. That was, again, terrible decision making by the AI not to put that away. He could have turned to his right, possibly, and just slotted it in. Good ball, and here comes Hernandez. This could be a really good chance to actually score. And it's saved, but it's gone in. And Hernandez has scored for Mexico to make it 1-0. There we go. Mexico have won the 3rd Subscriber World Cup of this video and the final one. So Mexico was represented by Hamlet. So congratulations to you. You have won the Subscriber World Cup, the 3rd one. And commiserations or congratulations, however you want to look at it, to Lahav Soto, who was representing Israel. So yeah, well done for getting this far, but just narrowly lost against Mexico. So that has been your Subscriber World Cups for the month of December. The first time ever, I believe, that we had a trio of Subscriber World Cups. And I just want to say thank you guys for coming out in support for this and putting your entries down and stuff. Put your entries in for January. The next one will be the very end of January. You can pick whoever you want. Let's see how many we can get for January. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, then give it a like and subscribe. Keep it loco as always, and I'll see you again for the next video.